Check. I'm Michael Riedel. My guest today is known for having, quote, goofy charm and boundless energy, unquote, which you told me before we started means that it's a recipe for getting lots of women. Is that correct?
That is incorrect. I don't do well with the ladies. I don't know where the boundless energy is coming from.
And the goofy charm, has that deserted you too?
I don't have any charm, and I'm very tired all of the time.
Well, welcome.
I'm like Ben Stein, apparently.
Welcome, my sleepy friend.
What's up?
Jerry Trainor to Name Check.
Nice to see you.
Jerry
nice to meet
is
you.
the star and producer of a show on Nickelodeon called Wendell and Vinny,
yes.
and you play Vinny.
That's right.
All right, so give us a sense of what this show is about and why is it so funny?
Oh, well.
Is that not a softball question
why
for you,
is it
Jerry?
funny?
Whack.
Well, the honest reason why it's funny is because we have funny writers. The guy who created the show, Jay Kogan, I mean, his resume is impressive to say the least. I mean, who wrote for Frasier, The Simpsons, early days of The Simpsons, George Lopez, amongst many other things, and is a big ghost writer for movies and whatever. But I got the script. And at the time, I was getting ready to finish iCarly. I read the script, and it was the funniest thing I had read from any network. And I was like, "This is the project. Like, I don't care that I'm still with Nickelodeon. This is the project I want to do." And Nick has been great about it. It's super funny, geared more towards grown-ups.
Is Nickelodeon trying to change and become more of an adult network than
I think they are.
The kids network we see it as?
Yeah, they had Nick at Night, but now it's like, I think they just want Nickelodeon to be a network that is grown-up friendly, is family friendly. It's not just kids, because, I mean, their niche was just kids.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's natural that kids grow up, they start families of their own. It's like you kind of want to keep everybody in the family. So I think that's their aim.
And we know that 30-year-old adults are totally immature, so they still return
right.
Nick at Night for
I'm
comfort
basically
food.
playing myself.
Exactly right. Now, when you're also the producer of a show like Wendell and Vinny,
yes.
How much power and influence as the star
the
producer
public?
do you have over the writers? I mean, they send you jokes. Can you say, no, not funny enough, back to the typewriter?
I'm not that mean about it. I'm not like, not funny, back to the drawing board, writer monkey.
That's what Johnny Carson used to be like.
I would never, no.
You would never.
But, I mean, I would never just because they're brilliant, but...
How do you convey then that you're just not happy?
You do that face. You don't even have to say it. You do the face you just made, you go like this. And they go, okay, never mind, what about this? What about this?
That works,
and you go, this is hilarious.
Ooh,
and that's my
clever.
favorite part of the show, because we shoot in front of a live audience.
Right.
And my favorite part of doing live audience sitcom is when we've done like 2 takes, we've got it how it's written, and then they come up and they have like pages of alts for like, what about instead of saying this, you say this?
Look, you're not my type.
Not your type?
30 going on 14. Video games, but no dishes. Cheese puffs for breakfast. Drives a dumb car. Willing to string a girl along and then dump her when she presses to take it to the next level.
You don't know me. And my Thor-themed Mini Cooper is not dumb.
So I guess you had some training in college as an actor, and if you're doing these in front of a live audience, it's like doing a little play, isn't it?
It takes me right back.
Yeah.
It's, I've always wanted to, here's the thing, ever since I was a kid, I grew up watching Family Ties, Cosby Show, and this show is very much a throwback to that, because nowadays we have comedy that's so niche and personal. It's like, well, I like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What sitcom? Well, I like Big Bang Theory. Okay, well,
Right.
we don't have the same sense of humor then, so I know what type of person you are. Whereas when we were growing up, like, everybody watched these shows.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a kid's show.
Right. Well, I'm a little older than you are. The shows that I grew up in were Mary Tyler Moore and the great Bob Newhart show.
Yeah, I loved not the Bob Newhart show, but Newhart.
Right,
I loved.
Yeah. But again, those were shows that, because there were only 3 or 4 networks, everybody's watching. Now you can just keep slicing the audience and say, we're going to appeal to people who are 18 to 25, and that's it.
Yeah, but why could those shows be brilliant without being like incredibly offensive and still be fun for everybody?
And I would argue too, I mean, I was only a kid, I was 10 or 11 when I was watching the Bob Newhart show, which was not for 10 or 11-year-olds.
Not
but
at all.
I would rather watch something as good as that and not necessarily get all the jokes, but see really good writing as a young kid and absorb that.
Yeah, you absorb it and you
rather than be written down to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and that's people ask how I keep working with kids and like why did that, how did I fall into that, and why am I good at that? And I think it's for that reason, because I remember when I was a kid, I didn't need to get everything on every level, but I understood what the grown-ups were saying, and I understood kind of instinctually why something was funny.
Right.
And
you also learn rhythm and timing, which is the essence of comedy too. I mean, you watch Bob Newhart at work on anything. Sure. I don't care if you're 10 years old. You're going to see you take a pause like that, and take a longer pause, and the laugh is going to be better. Yeah, and just the drive and the look, like he's thinking, and you can see where other comedic greats like Will Ferrell gets so much of that, like I'm bewildered, but you know what I mean? Well, Carson's great strength always was, he said, you know, my talent is I react well. Yeah. So you have Don Rickles on the Carson show, and let him fly, and then you just cut to Johnny, and all Johnny has to do is, like, you know, move the pencil or something. Exactly. Like that. And he'll give you a laugh than Rickles, who's working his tail off to try to get the laugh. Now, you said that Nickelodeon is sort of growing up a little bit, if you will. Do you worry for your own career of getting kind of typecast in just these family-friendly sorts of things? Is there a darker side to Jerry Trainor that has to come out as an actor at some point? Yes, I have a script that I've written. It's about a transsexual drug dealer on the edge of humanity that I'm shopping aroed right now. And it's based on your early years, my early days. Yeah, that's right. I don't like typecast. Schmidtcast. Yeah. That's what I say. Do what you love, and this is what I love to do. I saw a documentary. This weird non sequitur, but this Foo Fighters documentary about Dave Grohl and how he kind of transitioned. And he says this great thing that I'm going to paraphrase, but when he transitioned from Nirvana and he created the Foo Fighters, he was like, people really resented me for doing a new rock band. But what do you want me to make, a jazz record? Like, this is what I do. I'm a rocker, and this is what I want to do. And when I read the script, it was what I wanted to do. And it was like, yes, that thought crosses my mind, like, oh, well, people. You're always going to be entertainment for kids. Yes. Will I only be this, or will I only be that? And I'm like, well, if this is what I want to do, then I'm happy being this. Well, if things don't work out, I'm sure it'll be available for birthday parties, right? Since kids love you. So always remember. That's right, Michael. Thank you. And I also don't want to, like, force myself into being like, well, I have to do this gritty role just to prove that I can do it. I'd rather it happen organically, you know, when the time is right. You become a transvestite naturally. That's right. Yeah, I understand. Okay. And I'm very method. I'll go through the operation. All right, Jerry Trainor, lovely chatting with you. The show is called Wendell and Vinny on Nickelodeon. Good luck with it. Thank you so much. If you're back in town, swing by. We'll have another chat. Absolutely. I'm Michael Riedel, and you've been watching Name Check.